Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. We are from Group 6. Today, we're going to discuss about student needs analysis. And before we explain about the matter, let me introduce our members group. There are myself, Choiriah Alfiyah, Nur Faroh Dillah, and the last one is Awfa, Hayna, Haqqi.
Okay, I'm going to explain about the definition of need analysis. According to Hayna 2006 and Baldrige and Startfield 2013, need is actually an umbrella term that embraces many aspects, incorporating learners' goals and backgrounds, their language proficiencies, their reason for taking the course, their teaching and learning preferences, and the situation that we need to communicate in. After we found out the definition of need analysis, then the next question is, what is need analysis for? So, needs analysis is needed for identifying which language and skills is used in determining and refining the content, especially for the ESP course. It can also be used to assess learners and learning at the end of the course. So basically, need analysis is aimed to determine priorities such as writing skills, reading, listening, and speaking, and which situation or tasks such as speaking on the phone. And the next slide is about the target of analysis. There are three. First, necessities. Second one is lack, and the third one is wants. Okay, I'm going to explain. Necessities are about what the learners has to know in order to function effectively in the target situation. In other words, necessities also mean the need of someone to be success in his or her business. For example, a businessman might need to understand business letter to communicate effectively a sales conference. And the second one is lack. Lack is the difference between the student's present competence and the desired competence. Based on English for Specific Purpose book, lack is about what the learner knows already, so the teacher or facilitator can decide which of the necessities the learners lack. And then the third one is wants. According to Hutchinson and Waters, 1987, the definition of wants is perceived of subjective needs of learners. Wants also means that the students need to know what they want to be learned. From that situation, students will do some effort to achieve their value. And the next slide is about the target situation analysis framework. That is about the example question for need analysis. There are some ways in which information can gather about needs. The most frequently used questionnaire, interview, and observation. Here are the example of the question. The first one is, why is language needed? For study, for work, for some other purpose. For example, someone wants to get a good score for TOEFL, so they taking the course, and the purpose is for prepare examination to pass the TOEFL test. And the second one is, how will the language be used? So, for example, the learners study about speaking. The purpose is for communicating with the customer in the telephone. If the learners become the call center, or maybe for writing some promotion ads in social media. So the next slide, will be present by my partner Awfa.
Learning need analysis. What is learning needs analysis? So, learning needs analysis are undertaken to determine the gap between the existing skills, knowledge, abilities, and those desired. Once this gap is determined, decision can be taken as to the type of training required. Using the analogy of the ESP course as a journey, what have done so far is considered the starting point means like, and the destination means necessities, and where the destination should be. Usually we call it wants. Moreover, the whole ESP process is concerned not with knowing or doing, but with learning. It needs to take into account the destination or needs of a learning situation, like a task is enjoyable, fulfilling, manageable, and generative. While a project in class can be guided in terms of its general orientation by the target situation, but its specific content is a response to learning needs. The target situation alone is not a reliable indicator of what is needed in the ESP course. It can determine the destination, but the teacher must also choose their route, like the condition of the learning situation, the learner's knowledge, skill strategies, the learner's motivation, and etc. Moreover, for the example in a target situation, students may need to read long, dull, complex texts, but their motivation may be high because they like the subject in general, or examination are looming, or a job or promotion prospect may be involved, and they may be going on to do very interesting experiments or practical work based on the text, and then maybe like or respect the subject teacher or boss. To analyze learning need, we can use a similar checklist to that used for target situation analysis. Let's see analyzing learning needs framework. First, we have why are the learners taking the course? Is it maybe compulsory or optional? A parent need or not? Are status or money, promotion involved? What do learners think they will achieve? What is their attitude toward ESP course? Do they want to improve their English, or do they resent the time they have to spend on it? And then next, how do the learners learn? You can ask like, what is their learning background? What is their concept of teaching and learning? What methodology will appeal to them? And you can ask too like, what sorts of techniques are likely to bore or alienate them? And then next, we have what recourse are available. Like number and professional competence of teachers, attitude of teachers to ESP, teachers' knowledge of and attitude to the subject content, and materials, aids, opportunity for out of class activities. And then next, who are the learners? You can ask like their age, sex, nationality, and what do they already about English, know already about English, what subject knowledge do they have, what are their interests, what is their socio-cultural background, what teaching style are they used to, what is their attitude to English or to the cultures of the English-speaking world. And then where will DESP course take place? Are the surrounding pleasant, dull, noisy, cold, and etc. And the last one, when will DESP course take a place? Like the time of day, every day or one a week, 3 a week, or anything, full-time or part-time, concurrent with need or pre-need.
Okay, here is the purposes of needs analysis. First is to help negotiate the gap between learners and teachers' beliefs about language learning. Second, to encourage the students to think about their reasons and motivation for learning English. Third, to inform teachers' planning decisions. It means like to help identify learning goals and to help select or adapt or create relevant and useful course content. Fourth, to find out about your student. Means like understanding your student or the learners. Example, their background, experience, job interest, and etc. And the last one is to determine the gap between what the learner wants or needs to do with the language and what she or he is currently able to do. So the conclusion of the purposes is to help learners to take the course and studying the course effectively as like they want and they need. Okay, next is the last but not least, the conclusion of all this material that we have explained before. So the conclusion is the result of the needs analysis help to identify the student's prospective professional needs, the student needs in terms of language skills, and the student deficiency in the area of language skills. Only after analyzing the student's need and determining the objectives of the language course, we can select a material that meets the needs of the students. Thus, need analysis is the foundation on which we can develop curriculum content, teaching materials, and methods that can lead to increasing the learner's motivations and being success. Okay, so that's all of our material today. And if you have a question, you can ask in the Gmeet. Yeah. So that's all for today. Thank you. Sorry for less or more. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.